Assalamualaikum class 4. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing great at home. Please don't spoil your time in playing or any other unproductive activity. Do your work attentively. I hope you will follow my instructions. So nowadays we are working on decimals. Unit number 4. Decimals. Firstly, see the video which I have shared with you.
Hello children. Today, let me introduce you all to a new term called decimals. Let's start. We have already studied about fractions. Now, let us look at some interesting fractions. Here, 4 parts out of 10 are colored. That means the shaded region represents 4/10. Written as 4 upon 10. If 5 squares are shaded, it represents 5/10. That is, 5 parts out of 10 are colored and is written as 5 upon 10. Similarly, 15 parts out of 100 is written as 15 hundredths. 32 parts out of 1000 is written as 32 thousandths. The fractions 4/10, 5/10, 15 hundredths and 32 thousandths have either 10, 100 or 1000 as their denominators. Such fractions are called decimal fractions. Thus, a decimal fraction is a fraction whose denominator is either 10 or 100 or 1000 or a power of 10. Kids, these decimal fractions can be represented in another form. Here, 4 upon 10 is represented as 0, then a point, and then 4, and is read as 0.4. Similarly, 5/10 is represented as 0, then a point, and then 5, read as 0.5. 15 hundredths is written and read as 0.15. 32 thousandths represented as 0, then a point, then a 0, then 3, and lastly 2. It is read as 0.032. These numbers 0.4, 0.5, 0.15 and 0.032 are called decimal numbers or decimals. A decimal number has 2 parts, one on the left side and other on the right side of the point. Let us see what these parts are. Consider the decimal 24.31. The dot in between 24 and 31 is called the decimal point. The number to the left of the decimal point is called as the whole part or integral part. Thus, the number 24 is the whole part or integral part. The number to the right of the decimal point is called the decimal part. So, 31 is the decimal part. The decimal point separates the integral part and the decimal part. The number of digits after the decimal point are called the number of decimal places. There are 2 decimal places in 24.31. Now, let's look at a few examples. 49.35. 49 is the integral part. The dot in between 49 and 35 is the decimal point. 35 is the decimal part. It is read as 49.35. Look, there are 2 decimal places in 49.35. In the decimal number 0.859, 0 is the integral part. The dot in between 0 and 859 is the decimal point. And 859 is the decimal part. It is read as 0.859. And there are 3 decimal places in 0.859. Kids, wasn't it interesting to learn decimals?
Hope you will understand the concept of decimal more clearly. We have already done with exercise 4a, in which we have seen that how we will make decimals from the fractions. And you all know what is fractions. Fraction is a part or portion of a whole, and the upper side is called the numerator and lower side is called the denominator. And now we have to make decimal from this fraction. So what we will do, we will divide it and we will write 1 inside the dividing sign and 4 outside the dividing sign. And you can see that if 1 is smaller than 4, what you will do, you will add simply a decimal point here and you will add 10 in the dividing sign. So what you will do, you have seen that if 10 is greater than 4, now we will proceed it. 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. Now you have to write 8. So now we will subtract it. 10 minus 8 is 2. Very good. Now as you can see that we will already add the decimal point, so we will add 0. We will add 0 in every step when we have to need. So 4 5s are 20. So this is the changing in, and you can write 0 before the decimal point, as you can write it. So this is now subtracted and this is 0. So you can see that we will when we have 1/4 fractions, so we will divide it, we will get 0.25. So this is called the point. This is the decimal point. So we have already discussed in class and we have solved many questions regarding this. So after completing the exercise, today we are working on our fill in the blank question number 4. Now take out your book everyone, open page number 93, and today we will do exercise fill in the blanks. So in fill in the blanks, today we are working on fill in the blanks. So the first blank is, look at your book everyone. First blank is 1/100 as a decimal. 1/100 as a decimal is written as yes. Tell me Hiba, 1/100 is written as, what we will do, we will simply divide it and we will get the answer. So as I have told in your class, if when we have 2 zeros in the division in the 100, when we have 2 zeros in the 100, so what we will do, we will simply write point here and one is 0 and one is 1. It means that when we have 2 zeros in 100, so we will add 2 values after decimal point. When you will divide it, you can see that 1 and 100. So 1 is smaller than 100, but you will do, you will add simply point here and write 10. But you can see that if 10 is smaller than 100, what you will do, you will add one more 0 and one more 0. So you can see that 100 ones are 100 ones are 100. As you can see that we have answer is 0.01. So this is the hint for you. When we have 2 zeros in 100, it means that you have to write 2 values after decimal point. So now we have B part. In B part we have 0.51 and you can written as the fraction form. As the fraction is written as fraction is written as. Tell me class, we have already solved many questions like this. We have already solved many questions like this in which you have to change decimal point number into the fraction number. In this question you have seen that we have 0.51. You will simply write 1 in the place of point and जितनी values point के बाद होंगी उतनी you will add 0. So it means that the answer is 51 by 100. 51 by 100. In C part, complete the sequence. Now you have to complete the sequence. Complete the sequence. The sequence is 0.1, 0.3 and 0.7. In C part, you will complete the sequence 0.1, 0.3, 0.7. As you can see that 0.2 is missing. One number is missing from it. 0.1, 0.3, 0.4 is missing and 0.5 according to the sequence and 0.7. Now in G part, we have in 5 to 7.819. The place value of 9 is, the place value of 9 is, as we have already discussed that how we will give place values. So before point we have capital ones, capital tens, capital 100. And after point we have small tens. This is the tenth values, this is the hundredth values, this is the thousandth values. So in this question we have before point in the place of ones. Tell me Huda, what is in the place of tens? Good. 2. What is in the place of ones? 7. Very good. And tell me class, what is in the place of hundreds? Very good. 5. Now after point, tell me which value is in the place of tens? 8. Very good. Hundreds, 1 and thousands, 9. So what is the place value of 9 in the place value table? Thousand. This is the thousandth value in the place value chart. Thousand. This is the thousand values in the place value chart. So now we have E part. In E part we have 0.75 as a fraction is written as a fraction is written as. Like B part, what you will do, you will simply write 0.7 and 1 in the place of point. And how many value after point? 2. There is 2 value after point, so you will add 2 zeros. So 75 by 100 is the fraction form. When you have 0.75, so you will when you convert it into the fraction form, you will give 75 by 100. So this is your filling the blanks. After this, we have question number 2. In question number 2, state whether So in question number 2, state whether the following statement is true or false. State whether the following statement is true the first statement is the place value of 3. The place value of 3. The place value of 3 in 49 point. The place value of 3 in 49.135 is tens. Tell me class, the place value of 3 in 49.135 is tens. So you have to make the place value table. Before place value we have, before decimal point we have ones, tens and hundred, and after we have tens, hundreds and thousand. Now you have to put in the place value chart. Before point we have ones, 9. In tens we have 4. After point we have tens value 1, 3 and 5. So the statement is the place value of 3 in 49.135. So you have to recognize the place of 3. So in place value table 3 is in hundredth place. So in our statement the place value of 3 in 49.135 is 10. According to our chart, this is false. Place value of 3 is 100, but in the statement is 10. So this is false. Now we have B part. In B part we have 37 by 100 as a decimal fraction. 37 by 100 as a decimal fraction is written as 3, but is written as 3.7. Is it true? Tell me, Gaurav, is it true? 37 by 100 as a decimal fraction is written as 3.7? False. Good. This is false. How this is false? We have how many zeros in 100? We have 2 zeros in 100. So you have to write 2 values after point. So you have to write 2 values after point. So the answer is 0.37, not 3.7. That is why it is false. Now we have the C part. In C part we have 247 by 10. 247 by 10 as a decimal fraction is is 24.7. Is it right? 247 by 10 as a decimal fraction is 24.7. We will divide it and check that is it true or false. So 24.7 247 divided by 10. So first we will make two values because 24 is bigger than 10. So 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20. Now we will subtract it. 4 minus 0 is 4. We will take 7. 10 fours are 40. Now we will subtract it. 7. Now 7 is smaller than 10. What we will do? We will add point here and write 0 here. So 10 sevens are 70. The answer is 24.7. And in our statement, as you can see that 247 by 10 as a decimal fraction is 24.7. So it is true. This statement is true. After this we have a D part, and in D part you can see that 60.1 as a fraction is written as 60.1 as a fraction is written as 60.1 as a fraction is written as 60 whole number 1 by 1000. So tell me class, in D part, 60.1 as a fraction is written as 60 whole number 1 by 1000? False. This is false. So after this we have a E part. In E part we have 32.156 32.156 is a number with 3 decimal places. Is a number with 3 decimal places. With 3 decimal places. Tell me class, is it right or wrong? How many values after point? 1, 2, 3. It means that in 32.156 is a number with 3 decimal places. Yes, this is true because 3 values after decimal point. So this is the 3 decimal places value. After this we have question number 3. So this is your today's lesson class. Hope you will understand and I hope you will revise all the questions of exercise 4A. Okay class, Allah Hafiz.